Welcome back to my series. My life is falling apart, and watch this really weird, awkward, anxious boy try to get his act together. Um, that's what I'm calling this series now. Um, so yeah, the film that I've been teasing this whole time, the film that I just watched this this past evening, because it's the morning after when I finally get this uploaded. Um, the film I saw, some of you who know what I'm talking about will probably recoil at the mention of the film. It is quite a hot topic, or among film nerd circles. Um, I'll just get right to it. I watched a film called The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. It is quite the controversial film, and it's one of those films that looks to be controversial. It's rated NC-17, so it's one of those films. But me, as a film lover, film nerd, student of film, it has incidentally been on my list for a while. And I recently read a tweet from Ari Aster, director of another really good modern director of horror, of such films as Hereditary and Midsummer. Two great films. And after seeing this film, I can definitely see the influence. He tweeted about it and recommended it, so I thought maybe I'll watch it. So I watched it last night, and oh boy, wow. First off, I want to say the plot: the cook, the thief, her wife. The cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover. Wow, what a title! What a title! It's about a mob boss who owns a restaurant, and his wife, a mob boss who's very abusive towards his wife, and she starts meeting up with this guy who is a regular patron of said mob boss's restaurant. So the mob boss, aka the thief, owns a restaurant, a cook, and he has a wife, and she has a lover. Anyway, the thief, or the mob boss, is played by Michael Gambon, otherwise known as Albus Dumbledore 2.0, because there was originally Richard Harris, and then Michael Gambon, because Richard Harris passed away like after the second Harry Potter. Personally, I prefer Richard Harris's Dumbledore to Michael Gambon. Anyway, Michael Gambon, and also stars Helen Mirren in the main role. Helen Mirren, that is a lady right there. She's like the person you think about when you think of aging like fine wine. Anyway, so Michael Gambon is like the biggest a-hole in the entire universe in this movie. The problem is, my main problem with it is he's not really intimidating. He's just like the most obnoxious person like ever. Like, he gets all up in everyone's business. He just feels like he doesn't have a whole lot of power. But boy, does he get comeuppance in the end. as a cathartic ending to it. This is definitely not a film for the faint of heart. it's kind of the epitome of, like, don't watch this if you are faint-hearted. It's, wow. It's a hard one to stomach. Ha ha ha, puns. If you've seen it, ha ha ha, stomach it. Anyway, anyway, it is a beautiful looking movie. The sets are great. Costumes by Jean-Paul Gaultier, which I noticed in the credits. I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting credit to have. But the sets, the costumes are gorgeous. I'm not a fan of Helen Mirren's hat in the first act. It's just weird looking. But the rest of the film looks pretty good. It's a gorgeous looking film. And the tracking shots they look effortless. They're done so smoothly. And I don't know, just getting used to the director's style. It's such a odd style. The whole thing doesn't really look like an actual place. It looks like theater. It just looks like a camera on stage watching actors act out a play. And it's an odd style, and it's definitely an acquired taste. Another pun. It takes some getting used to. Yeah, it's an odd one. It is such an odd one. If you're not easily offended, if you have a high tolerance for certain things that could be considered in bad taste, though artfully done as they are, I could recommend this one. So, but it's definitely not a film that is easy to recommend. So, yeah. one in Ari Aster, that director, recommended this film, which sparked my interest in watching it in the first place. Part of his recommendation was marathon this movie with another film by the director and try not to shove your head into a ceiling fan, which glowing recommendation, I know. So, man, that's such a weird film. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can say about it. It is very artfully done and shot and acted, but I feel like it doesn't have a whole lot to say. It's just the story feels kind of run-of-the-mill, except for the ending, which, oh boy, does it come back around. But leading up to that, it just feels like pretty typical of that kind of fatalistic romance genre. Anyway, not much can be said about the story except for the ending, which I will not talk about here for fear of scarring everybody. Okay, I think I'm caught up for now. I will be seeing a advanced screening of Knives Out, the new Rian Johnson film, which I am really excited about, later on this evening, and I'll try to upload a review of that. I'm really excited to see it. So, anyway, that's it for now. Bye-bye.